obviously aim-based maps like Mirage, the one they picked, where they're going to have a better game plan. They're going to have points of attacks. Be able to, you know, control the fights on the map and not have Fur just push all over the place and destroy them. So I think we're going to see a different beast on Mirage, and I think that's probably the tool in their kit.
I definitely have to agree, especially because Mirage and MIBR has been such a sad storyline in all of really 2018 and 2019. So this is going to be a huge tell going back to Mirage. We haven't seen MIBR going back to that map, especially since Phelps left the team. They've always struggled towards that A bomb site. So I'm really curious to see how they've incorporated Mibr and how they're going to actually capitalize on all 5 players on Mirage.
And anything to add there?
I mean, I definitely agree with that angle as well. Like, the craziest thing actually about this veto here is these were the 3 maps that the core of MIBR basically made their whole dynasties off. It was exactly these maps here. So the fact that the opponent now picks Mirage into you really shows where MIBR as a team is at. Because when they had Cold Zero, this used to be the guy's best map. Like, this is where he would always go crazy on the T side. So
well, he's got the tag, he's got the tattoo. I mean, this is pretty much his turf.
He isn't here anymore, though, mate.
Used to be.
So.
Yeah. Used to be.
I think that's actually probably why MIBR's Mirage has fallen off of a cliff, is because he was so good as that catwalk player by the B bomb site, right? He never overextended. He always played passive. He rotated back towards window to pick up, you know, if the A players rotated towards the A site. He did such a good job of just rotating into the right spots, and I feel like that's missing right now at the B bomb site. Taco still does all of his same stuff that he's always done, but it's that secondary role in the B site that it takes a special player like Cold Zero to be able to do that as perfectly as he did when he was, you know, peak Cold.
Yeah, I'm just seeing Taco as the anvil, and he's missing the hammer right now. They're missing that crushing force that's going to be there to do the damage. And, well, right now, I mean, do we expect to see something more out of Ryan here going into a second map? Is that a situation where, just shake it off? That map never happened.
Expect to see something out of him, yeah. Just give us a break, will you, mate? Was he working from home as well? Did he even turn up today?
Yeah. Breakfast in bed. Just ate all the bullets.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I am surely wanting to see more out of Ryan, but again, I'm going to focus a little bit more towards Legia once more on this Mirage. He's slotting in for Moose, and it seems like he's actually slotting in play for play because he's also the secondary opper towards that B bomb site on Mirage. So I think this bodes well for Legia. We've certainly seen his performance not being the bottom fragger on Envy's side of things, and being towards that B as that secondary opper should help him individually have some more confidence to take more duels, I think.
I think when I watch Legia play, he plays super aggressive towards his spots. So yeah, I agree. He will be over there at the B bomb site. We saw them play this map before. And I think he's going to play aggressive towards the apps. And I think a couple times those fights are really going to determine which way this match goes, right? Envious is probably going to play aggressive and do risky plays. If those risky plays pay off, they're going to win this map. I don't think they will, though, to be honest. I think MIBR is prepared for that. They run solid defaults, and they're just a class above this stand-in version of Envious.
This is where we'll actually get a sense for how true it is, like the MIBR self-conception that they're a team with a lot of firepower, as they said, a couple of them there. Well, if you on this map get out-fragged by Envy with a stand-in, I have questions about that. And this is the map for it to happen in theory. So if you're the Envy guys, there's still everything to play for in this series because this is the bounce back right now. It's the POG map.
Well, you still have that chaos element on the side of Envy as well. And we've already seen that throughout this tournament, or at least we saw one match from them. But already their opponents have said, hey, it's a bit harder to play against them because they have Legia as a stand-in. They're kind of throwing some curveballs out that you're not expecting. They're kind of leaning into the chaos. And perhaps that's what we need to see here. Throwing some curveballs out that you're not expecting. They're kind of leaning into the chaos. You can go for the aggression. Perhaps then try and make plays. Is that going to be the linchpin here that we're keeping an eye on for Envy?
I think so, especially on T side. You're going to see a lot of all-in plays, right? Faking mid-control and just scrimming out the A-bomb site dry, looking for fights. And if they get that opening kill at the A-bomb site, everything snowballs in their favor. If they stall out and, you know, the A player for MIBR has a lot of success here, they're going to run into a wall, and they're probably not going to know what to do because they have a stand-in. So it's really all in the opening duels for Envious. If they lose the opening duels, I could see this spiraling out of control, a lot like what we just saw in Overpass.
I'm going to go the second step off of that opening duels, how these players on MIBR actually react after those opening duels. We've been seeing them actually being able to get those first kills, but it's what they do right afterwards that determines what the rest of the team can actually... Are they able to convert these types of rounds? That's what I'm most curious about.
So we're about to go live with the match. Are we sticking with our predictions? We're sticking to MIBR?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, 2-0.
We need to see more from Envy before we can start picking them
Yeah.
in some of these games.
All right. All right. So sticking to their predictions here on the desk. Pretty sure that the commentators are doing the same. So we'll hand it over to Anders and Moses now to get us into the match.
Anders was just telling me he wanted to switch things up.
Oh, yeah.
Lying on broadcast. That's actually not even a new thing.
I don't
is
even
it?
know what you're talking about.
It's just par for the course, isn't it, Jason? You know, hope you got it all out of your system now. We can return to
Okay.
return to reality. is
Yeah,
that-
return to the good stuff.
I know, what would it
that's
take?
not- that's
what
not
would it
good
take
stuff.
to make you? No, that's not good. Is it?
Yeah.
This is not what you want to see at all.
Those odds.
What would it take to make you, believe in Envy as a beginning to this map? What would you say? Like, I mean, let's say they win the pistol round, but I mean, Sean was saying that if they take risks and those risks pay off.
I think the problem with them, I mean, I agree, you're going to have to take risks, but the problem is MIBR, what they showed us in Overpass is they're willing to take risks as well, and they're willing to push up, and they're willing to be aggressors. So
Look at the
that's-
read.
Yeah, that's almost frightening to begin with, and yeah, 3 players here fall and boosted up. This can be so harsh.
Very, very hard to break, especially with that opening kill from KNG that getting spotted. And yeah, backup's being called for. They don't check the corner, and why would they? They're expecting a third man to be here. They still actually beat the defense way better than I was expecting. That's pretty impressive. A bit of a fight here, but the bomb will be going down. And now they need to take a deep breath here, Envy. This is where you want to have someone be the captain and just call it in and say, just don't fight right now. Wait until see what they do.
Play contact. There's a flashbang. That's a nice idea. You have no more utility, so now you set up the crossfires. The one saving grace for MIBR, if they want to make this work, Fallen had the kit. It's dropped inside the bomb site, but they need an entrance, and that is not the one they want. Double beat. Fur's going to go down next. Well played from Envy.
Yeah, Mihu with a quad kill in that round. I mean, it was spread out across a little bit of distance, but that's really, really impressive. They walked into a stack.
I feel like more often than not, and I have no statistics to back this up, but I feel like more often than not, like 3-man stacks at the B bomb site just don't work nearly as effectively as you think they would.
No, maybe you could be right. I mean, by definition, almost right. You're gonna have a close range fight on your hand almost immediately. I mean, you saw it right there. Even when they get the first fight, it still really doesn't work out in their favor. So I think there could be something about that. But there's there's no reason almost not to do it, because at the A-bomb side, even if you have one player there, he's still probably going to be able to get some shots off with the USP, and that could be enough, right?
Oh dear. We'll see again. Tricky position for Taco, especially if Fallen can grab a kill or some damage. That's the first. Oh, this is beautiful for MIBR. Taco's still alive, and Fallen doesn't need to fight anymore. His teammates are here, and MIBR has slaughtered this attack so far. But Mihu has the bomb, and still with a chance. 1 minute and 10 seconds to play with.
Out right into the range of that Deagle, and KNG will take him down, man. That was, I mean, the fact that he got the first tag on the Scout through, and then another one before they even ran into that Deagle on Fallen is devastating.
Yeah. That's about picture perfect from MIBR. Fallen just rotates into the position just in time, just as the smoke clears, makes everything easy for Taco. There's the scout tag. Ryan goes down. Taco builds upon it, and him and Taco combine for 3 kills. And it's all tied up 1-1. So there's your good start. Envy won the pistol round. What's going to make you believe? It's certainly not losing the second.
No, that's kind of the opposite effect, isn't it? That makes you really worried. See what MIBR can build quickly behind this. Remember when they were up on Overpass, they were like 8-0 in the beginning, and they didn't really have that much money to work with. Now, if they can change that here, it might actually look even better. It might even be a more powerful start. They are up against some upgraded pistols and some armor being purchased across the board. Actually, only 3 out of 5, and 2 of them... Oh, actually, there's a little bit of head armor there on Ryan. So I guess only leg gear is completely out of armor, but the rest of them are still going to be really vulnerable to the MP9 and the FAMAS on Fallen and Taco. So that lack of head armor is always a bit of an issue in rounds like these.
Well, actually, they get pretty close before Mayern's ready. That's a big opening kill. Fallen has got to hold the trigger. He needs to wait. Oh, and he's blown it. He's got the first, but it took way too long. The fact that he gets 2, it's impressive in and of itself.
Yeah, that was a pretty good double kill right over the smoke there, and Fur will spot it. Some patient play coming out from him, and Ryan goes down. Calyx is dropped next to him. They've recovered the scenario. That's a lot of damage, and a good bomb plant. That could have been a way worse scenario for MIBR.
Yeah, MIBR is going to have to be very cautious moving forward because they gained so much ground before Mayern was even ready to fight. They were already turning the corner in the bomb site before he had his gun out, and then he gets blinded. A desperate double kill for Fallen pretty much saves the day, and a 2-1 lead, but that plant is going to help out massively for Envy.
Yeah, that really makes a bit of a difference. Maybe not so much in this upcoming round, but after that, certainly, that's a good start. And the fact, I mean, I'm impressed that Fallen did panic after he screwed up that initial kill, because that could have been really bad.
Well, you could see he knew what was coming. And again, it just goes back to Fallen being very, very good at reading the play. He knows there has to be at least one lurker in Palace, and he's kind of holding his trigger until that peek comes in, and then at a certain point, you just can't wait any longer.
Oh no, this grenade. This is just a flashbang to start off with, but I thought that was going to be an HE around the corner. That would have been devastating. I guess the rifle's still armed. There's just 3 people here. There was a whole Congo line going into the middle of the map, just ready to fight. So, very, very impressive. That will be another round for MIBR, this time with everybody staying alive. So, things are looking up at the moment.
Now, because everyone's stayed alive, they're not able to get the AWP out. No reason to just throw away one of these rifles. So they'll wait until they can win a round where someone dies to bring the AWP to play, and that was such a beast on Overpass. They'll want to get it out as soon as possible. 3-1. Kriegs and AK picked up for Envy. Both teams with pretty much full utility.
KNG pushed up. I don't know if he wanted to jump down there, if you're trying to make the jump across. But regardless, he's here now, guarding that underpass position, and they are kind of setting up on the other side. So we might have a little bit of a fight on his hand. In fact, that's getting really close now, and that smoke is going to fade in like 3 seconds, so he's in a lot of trouble here if it does. Calyx on the other side, the guard barrel showing, but somehow KNG going to be quicker on that one, and that's an early kill.
That's just unfortunate for Calyx. He was just the perfect headshot position. For KNG, there's no way out. You're going to have to fight and see if you can make it. A lot of resources being used to give him some semblance of safety, and I'm not sure that's the right play. That takes away all the smokes that MIBR had for the rest of the round, and KNG still hasn't escaped.
Yeah, they set up the wall for it, but he's still hanging around. Let's see if Envy make the incorrect assumption that he has escaped, because they're kind of running around the map right now, and if he's going to stay down there and try and backstab them really early on, that would be such an interesting wrinkle to this round.
Well, he's going to go clear these B halls, right? And that's going to allow Taco to rotate back, and that's a player with full HP taking over supportive position at the A bomb site for someone who's got 50 or 23 HP, excuse me.
Yeah.
So that's a nice trade for MIBR once Taco eventually does start to rotate. It's got to come quick. KNG's clearing everything. So Taco's still there at the B bomb site. This isn't bad so far for Envy just yet.
No, but it's about to be another couple of seconds, and they're in a lot of trouble here. And there's only 20 seconds left anyway. Bit of an early fight there for Fallen. I think he just put out a couple of shots as a bit of a precaution, but they're running out of time here. Ryan maybe could shoot KNG in the back, but not before Nifty goes down. That's the round pretty much done. You're 8 seconds, and Ryan, you don't want versus 4. Just needs to find a way to either run or die right now, and he's going to make a run for it. That's a crushing way to lose a round if you're Envy.
Well, here's the thing. KNG went down, so an AWP can get picked up now for MIBR, and they transitioned into 3 Kriegs. So that round does not go much worse, or can't go much worse for Envy.
No, you're right. Oh, God.
And that's the problem. I mean, this is a situation where it's kind of a hard call to make, but you almost feel like you have to clear out KNG's position. Even when he gets that kill onto Calyx, you don't necessarily know how much HP he has, but someone needs to work with that last player in the B halls to clear out those stairs. That's way too much information for KNG to be given for free.
It'd be really interesting to try and ask Envy about at some future date, you know, did you think he was escaped through that wall of smoke in the middle? What was the assumption being made? Because it definitely backfired pretty heavily. Fallen, as you mentioned, he had enough to afford that AWP, and he's picked it up. He can't really find a line for the smoke just yet. So they're on the bomb site, and even if they get the bomb plant down, I think MIBR will do just fine with it, as long as they don't give up a lot of rifles here and lose a lot of economy. The bomb plant itself should be just fine. Now, Ryan does have a Kree currently, but no armor. He's a little bit armor, sorry. So could still be doing some damage, but he's losing all of his teammates.
We'll see. He's going to try and rotate around. Nifty needs to do something. Ooh, he's got the first kill. That's not bad. There's 2 smokes and a Molotov, and Fallen's watching it. But you're exactly right. MIBR more than willing to give up the plant. They know in a victory, Envy's going to have the full losing bonus in their favor. It's now 5 rounds in a row for MIBR. And the plant isn't the biggest deal to give up. Fur's got $13,000 before he buys.
Rich. So rich. That's enjoyable from his point of view. 5-1, and again, this is such a different story. Remember, even if they were 8-1 in that first map, the fact that they actually have the money to continue to buy no matter what here is a bit of a difference. So Envy somehow are actually in a worse position, even though they have an earlier round this time.
Yeah, it doesn't look pretty.
No,
I mean,
it's not
because that
good.
was one of the good things they had at the early stages of Overpass was you have the money right on the edge for MIBR. That's no longer an option for them to reset that anytime soon. They're going to have to burn through 2 or 3 rounds, and it's not looking likely. This MIBR came to play today. They looked very confident and aggressive and assertive on Overpass, looking much the same here. First the KNG push. Now you're going to start getting the ops in play, and we'll see how they work with those.
Yeah, and it would be interesting as we go, through the next days here, just to see how's it going to feel for MIBR when they face, possibly tougher opposition than Envy at the moment. I kind of want to see if they can keep the style up.
Oh, no! Oh, he stopped short. Nifty was looking for a peek along the wall. That was a crouch peek earlier than he expected.
He stopped short. Did he knock out the bottom of that tower before he took down the top? That is actually dirty.
He did everything right. You stop short, and you hit the bottom one first.
You both hate and love to see that. I have mixed feelings about that kind of a play.
It's the Tower of Power, baby.
That's exactly what it was.
Shout out Frank Zappa.
Oh man, they were. Oh man, I can't believe they're lying right on top of each other as well. For ready, and they'll win that fight easily. That's going to be a ridiculous replay, isn't it? It happened so quick.
Fur's got to know, certainly, and he's going to get the kill anyways. 2 kills for Fur, 2 stunning kills from Fallen, and not switching into a double op setup just yet. Fallen's happy with the Krieg for the moment. But again, that's just more money. Now 4 players for MIBR after the buy over $10,000.
And not even the oh god. There's nothing you can do if you're the top player as well. Like, oh, there goes my recoil.
Yep. Well, he already took a shot as well. It was the Opera on top, wasn't it?
It was.
Listen, there was a whole lot of, there's a host of bad things that happened in that round. So here we go. Op on KNG, peering in towards the upper B tunnels. He's going to have, what, 6 flashbangs and 3 smokes to deal with?
Yeah, but he's got a teammate ready with a grenade in hand. You could see Taco's holding it. So at minimum, they're going to be flashed, and probably Taco will just put out the Molotov right afterwards. So they're going to have a hard time coming through this fire, almost no matter what, I think. We'll see. Certainly thinking about it still, but as they're doing this, they've got to go because the rest of the map could be under control of MIBR. Good flick for KNG, that's the bomb. So the game is up. They know what's coming, and more is joining in. KNG, a nice lineup, and there's Taco with a flashbang. That's an ace. AWP versus pistols, but still, that was very, very clean.
Listen, once that gets into the highlight clips, you're never going to see Taco's contribution, but just bombing nades into those halls, that makes KNG feel so comfortable just taking those repeats.
Yeah, he's behind the wall every time the grenade goes off.
Yep.
It's so well timed.
I think it's, what, 2, maybe 3 assists for Taco?
Yeah, that's so well done. And then the Molotov at the end. It was just all the grenades.
It's perfect.
Great teamwork.
Perfect teamwork. Nifty trying to take matters into his own hand. 0-7 for Legia, but I mean, there's really just not a lot of kills. Fallen, yeah, you were surely going to go down at any point. 0 on Legia, 1 on Nifty, 2 on Calyx, and 2 on Ryan. Not enough production from this offense.
Not at the moment, no. Very confused about this particular play from Fallen. Sneaking into the middle. Oh, nearly catching that alt player in the middle. That would have been really something. KNG's going to be flashed off the angle. Otherwise, a cool boost to try and catch them off guard. And they're going to try and continue the fight. That's very dangerous. And Taco maybe could have won that fight. I think he wasn't flashed, but good shot from Mihu. And that should give them a round here.
That's a little bit of a pride check for Envy. That was MIBR starting to really try and flex and just say, we can just pug and we can do whatever we want. Fallen pushing through the smoke, Fur going for a dry peek delayed in the window.
Yeah, that was Fallen saying, guys, what if I sneak into the smoke with the AWP? Okay. Nice shot. But that was too far. He found the limit of what could be done.
I'm fine with it. You have so much money built up. Like KNG was going to be maxed out if he survived this round. So I mean, go for it. You're going to lose a lot of the Kriegs, but I don't mind the attempt from MIBR to just say we have you beat already 8 rounds in.
Yeah, let's see if we can crush your spirits as well.
Yeah, obviously didn't work, so it'll be 7-2. But as we mentioned a number of times, plenty of cash for MIBR to buy up. Envy's not out of it whatsoever. This is going to be a very, very difficult comeback in this half to even give themselves an opportunity when they switch sides.
Yeah, Leggy is 0-7 right now, and again, it's a stand-in. You know, it's kind of hard to blame him. It's also could be tricky on the T side, I guess. It'll be interesting to see if they get enough rounds here on the first half, if they can still, you know, give him a bit of a chance to have more of a say when they're in the second half. But this is a really rough start. They won the pistol round, Envy, and then they lost 7 in a row, and now they're back winning another round. That's not good enough.
It's not great. That's a terrible sandwich.
It is. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know.
Can't build on that.
I was thinking all the worst things you would in a sandwich. I was going to say pickles, but you like pickles. So
I really like pickles.
I don't. Just pickles. Maybe it could be tuna from your point of view. Not a big
That's
fan.
disgusing. Although a tuna sandwich isn't bad. Tuna salad sandwich.
What?
Yeah, I just don't like it on pizza because I'm not a psychopath. Anyways, back to the game. 7-2.
7-2. Yeah, that's I mean, kind of a similar scenario as to the one. I think again, just even worse because the economy is so good for MIBR. But if Envy want to turn this around, then they need to build on this round and they need to win like the next 3 in a row, and then we could start to have a bit of a comeback type discussion going on. Noticing MIBR haven't even gone that aggressive outside of, I guess, KMG being down in the underpass and stuff like that, but there's been no pushes into the A hallways. This time a little bit further up over at the B side. So that's definitely interesting.
Yeah, they haven't had to be aggressive outside of that one round, as you mentioned, with KNG. They've just been dominating at the point of attack. It's really just the last round there was any kind of a hiccup. So mid-control this round for Envy. But there are so many bodies from MIBR ready to contain this control to just underneath the window, even in the window room. They're fine with that for the moment. It's all down to KNG and looking both ways. And Calyx is going to be in some trouble, but he turns. KNG sees it first.
I think you might have spotted him already, but they get the kill on the other side on Taco, so now they're just going to try and see if they can beat him to the punch here. Nice headshot, and that's the bomb drop as they try and get into the site, swinging wide, and they almost had him. That might have been a kill for Legia, but great bodyguarding going on there for Fallen, saving his teammate. Not the second time, though, but it still leaves Ryan alone, and he's not even going to make it on to the bomb site there. Fallen will take him down, and MIBR shutting the door. Well, they still have their fingers in the frame, Jason. Then
Not anymore.
No.
They're missing the fingers now.
Clean off.
KNG is having one hell of a series. He ended with, what, like 25 or 24 kills on Overpass. He's up at 17-3 right now.
Yeah, he's having a very, very smooth time. I appreciate that first save for Fallen.
Yeah, that was perfect. And that's just by virtue of MIBR getting the read of what's happening very early. By the time Envy called for that heavy B play right at the end, they were so far back in halls, it bought the time for KNG to rotate out of ladder room to get the angle, Fallen to get in towards market. Everything just worked out perfect for MIBR. Their timings have been on point with the rotations.
Kind of wish someone would have been there for Nifty to peek. That was a cool little way to gain some speed. Took some damage for it, but that would have been fun.
All worth.
All worth it in the end. Let's see if they can get this A execute working, though. I think Nifty's trying to make a bit of noise on the one side, and they're going to go straight for it. Trying to shoot through the top of the box, but not really connecting with Mayon. And mid-air headshot as Calyx trying to jump onto the side. And now again, MIBR, I know they're feeling really good, but they can slow it down if they want to. Mayon with a second kill, and Fallen pushing through the smoke. A little bit of aggression once again. Up on top and almost connecting with that one. The angle not quite working out, but Fur will be on the other angle, and no bomb plan yet, as Legia gets denied.
And Nifty didn't gain anything towards that B-bomb site. Didn't find a peek as the players rotated out, so now he's here. The last one left. First kill is his, but he's locked in. Fallen's got the off on his position, and you can't shoulder peek him. 9-2 for MIBR.
Kenji's 18-3. He's
Onliner.
he's an online. Oh man. Don't get to, I don't you don't hear that nearly often enough.
No, what was it before all these leagues, obviously for good reason, went to online? It was like Na'Vi hadn't played an online game of Counter-Strike in like a year and a half.
And it kind of shows in the results.
That's so mental to think about.
Rough times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the Stone Age.
Back to that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is, but they're certainly having Taco's 2-4, Mayan is 6-4, and they're still just absolutely beating them up.
Yeah, but how many assists does Taco have?
He's got plenty. He's doing an amazing job.
Great job.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean,
he's got 0 assists actually.
0. No, it can't be true. We
That's
saw him get some.
That's really awkward. They don't count flash assists in the scoreboard.
Wow.
I know. It's really lame.
Yeah, we'll count them anyway. We'll give him the credit that he that he
In that
deserves.
case, Taco's got 10 assists.
He's got all the
We'll give him
assists.
10. We'll give him double digits.
Just throw in a number, that's fine. Fallen in the middle against Pistols with an AWP, taking down Nifty. This is, again, shaping up to be such a devastating first half that Envy might not have a say at all. They've been punched right in the mouth.
Yeah, well, this is now both maps where the lead in the start for MIBR has been so strong that Envy just hasn't even felt in it. There was the one chance for them to get into it on Overpass, but they never felt like they were in control of any kind of a comeback. And it's feeling much the same here on Mirage.
Being flanked by Fur even as they're executing onto the bomb site. This is a ruthless version of MIBR that I love to see. I don't get to see it nearly often enough. Legia will get a headshot there with the deal, but that's about it. And first flank never even comes into play. They didn't even need it. 10-2. Man, this is absolutely devastating at the moment. I can't even come up with any kind of reasonable scenario in which they could make this work, Envy. What will it take to turn this around?
I mean, you talk about, just a team that is kind of, thrown together and still figuring things out of their lineup. You talk about an individual performance. The problem on this map is no one is bringing you the numbers. You still have 2 kills on Legia, 2 on Calyx, 4 on Nifty, 3 on Ryan. I mean, that 12 rounds in is just not great. Nice shot from Ryan to stop Fur's aggression.
Ooh, pushing through the smoke and maybe could have caught it. Nice play from Nifty though. Again, you need someone to be a playmaker, and Nifty definitely is trying his best at the moment.
Well, and as you say that, Taco makes the play for MIBR. Pushed up so far that MIBR really doesn't have to worry about this B bomb site a whole lot. Taco even has a Molotov to throw down after the first engagement if he wants.
Yeah, he can be quick about it. Flashbang to set it up. It goes really, really far, and actually, good shot from Ryan once again, though. And they don't need to push. This is over a minute left. They've got a 5 versus 3, so they can chill out for just a minute here.
They don't want to wait too long, though, because then you allow MIBR to start to read things and start to get a feel for what's happening across the map. Mayern's going to push into the bomb site. And you might see him actually get aggressive towards Palace and just take the risk going up ladder and seeing if he can push into a very, very safe position. Now the Molotov comes down at A ramp, and MIBR's onto this. All 3 players are going to be here. Envy's taken way too long readjusting across the map.
Yeah, KNG trying to see if he could get the timing, snuck in. Good kill for Fallen. Back out in the open. I can't believe he hit that shot on Legia. No time at all, and Main will take down Ryan. Another kill comes through, and Nifty alone in a 1 versus 2 with 20 seconds left.
He's got the bomb. He can bail out. He can bail out to the B bomb site, but Fallen's watching for this now too. Fallen might have just put his stamp on this round. Wow. Straight to the face. 11-2.
What a catastrophe for Envy. You even called it 20 seconds early. If they wait too long, MIBR would figure it out, and that's exactly what happened. What a horrible way to lose a round. They are getting just devastatingly spanked at the moment.
I will say, it's not a bad read from Envy either. Like that, I don't even mind that call. The problem is you cannot wait for all 5 players to be set up and ready to go at that A bomb site, because it's going to take the same amount of time for MIBR to rotate the defenders back from the B bomb site. You have to have a portion of the attack starting to probe, starting to attack and be aggressive before everyone else gets there. And this is actually some nice openings for Envy to get into the A bomb site.
Yeah, run and gun with that Krieg. Working out pretty well. In spite of the fact that they lost an early player through the smoke, they still got the bomb down there in a 3-on-3. A little bit of noise here as Taco just trying to take the fight. I wonder if there's going to be a flashbang to set up for the peak there, but I don't think they have any left on the Envy side, so it's all going to be manual work from here on out. Ryan going down, some grenades into the corner, and KNG, he scopes just at the wrong time and didn't get a chance to spot Legia, who's now alone, and he's going to get picked up as well. My God.
I know. I almost feel bad for Envy. This time they get everything they want. A 2-for-2 trade into that bomb site. Everything's looking good. There was good repositioning from Mihu to get away from the caution boxes, toxic boxes.
Almost feel bad. They've nearly reached. They found the empathy inside of you, Jason.
Yeah, well, almost is about all I had.
All right.
3 ops setup, quad op setup. MIBR just flexing with the cash flow. 3 ops, Krieg, and an AUG.
All right, no auto sniper though. I mean, I feel like that's what you want at this point in time. That could have been a beautiful kill. They're up past the smoke, but KNG will still get one, and now down in the underpass is Fur with another AWP, and enemies are going to be wondering,
what are you supposed to do?
What's happening here? What's going on?
Oh, this is old school MIBR. They used to love flexing like this with mass op strategies, just for no good reason. Nifty, 1 versus 5. He's got 2, but where? Oh, he's gonna do it. He's got a 1-on-1.
Yeah, and this time it's not an AWP. 3 of them are peeking him. Taco's got all the health in the world, but he's only got 2 kills.
He hasn't had to do anything this whole game. This is his time to shine.
Yeah, he's finally been called on. He's the ringer. Oh, the turnaround Nifty! That's a nice ace at the end of it.
1 versus 5.
I can't believe it. 1 versus 5 ace. That is really something. I mean, they did obviously mess around a little bit in that one, but
Yeah, we often say it takes a mistake to win a clutch like that. Well,
They
this
gave
was
him
like
3 or
this
4.
was intentionally giving him about 5 or 6 mistakes just to see if he could do it. And fair play to Nifty. He's got Envy their 3rd round, but it's looking oh so grim. We'll see if MIBR can close this series when we come back from the break, so stay tuned. Who with a nice double kill. That's all he's going to get. 14-3 now.
They had a flashbang that was thrown just, I think, in the worst possible position that they could have picked on that A-bomb site. They still got some kills, but nothing to do with the flashbang. The flashbang almost went into the shadow for some reason. From the CT side, that is.
Yeah.
So,
all right, last-ditch effort. Well, this is... Okay, that decoy has gone absolutely nowhere. Proof that decoys are still utterly useless.
Yeah, it's hard to explain why they even step in the game. I think right now they just serve as like a tax for stupid people who buy them.
An idiot tax.
Yeah.
$50 idiot tax.
Which I appreciate, I mean.
The only utility you buy.
If only you could buy more of them. If you could buy like...
4 decoys?
Yeah.
Now that's an idea.
Sort of rain down, you know.
Drop 3 at once. Then all of a sudden it looks you can actually fake a hit.
Crash someone's PC because their sound card just gives up. You buy negatives and just, you know, throw all 4 decoys and it's just over. That's a strategy.
Set piece for MIBR towards the A bomb site. 1 lurker in middle, that's KNG. But man, Envy has the perfect defense for this. And you imagine with 4 players at the A bomb site, they're going to want to challenge and step in front of these smokes, especially because Ryan is committed to the bomb site.
Nice boost to throw that Molotov. I think it would have been better if it had gone actually on top of the triple box there, but it's fine. It's still just a way to try and make sure you don't have to check too much. Ryan at a bit of an off angle, and he's going to get traded pretty quickly. I think Fallen even pre-firing the smoke in case someone was going to come through. 40 seconds on the clock, and the bomb down in the middle of the sights. This defense is looking pretty good at the moment. They're even checking for the flank. They feel like they know it's coming through. That's such a sneaky crab walk into the bomb site to take down Calyx. KNG will continue the crab walking tradition of MIBR in this round, and Mihu now in a 1 versus 2 with 20 seconds, and he's going to get shut down. Wow. 15-3. This is brutal. It continues.
Yeah, what are you really supposed to do if you're Envy at this point? KNG's hitting everything. 24-7 for him. Fallen 1 kill back, 23-7. Those guys are playing very well on overpass. Fur played very good on overpass as well, but KNG is having a great series. Just enough kills come out for MIBR, even in a losing effort to take that bomb site on the initial salvo. But it allows KNG to be patient with how he can play the flank, and that's what ends up winning them the round.
Yeah, I mean, the last part of that round really clicked for them. 15-3 for Marses, a Scout, and a UMP here on Envy. They're not fighting back that much at the moment. They're
not fighting back at all.
No. There's very... I don't know. They're sort of pretending. They're showing up, right? They're phoning it in.
They are physically present inside the server. Good kill from Mayern, getting aggressive. Not a lot of utility for Envy to fight back with, so these smokes, these Molotovs, they're just going to be so brutal. Nifty's only got a Scout. Fur, I'm not even sure why he's lurking over towards the B bomb site, but it's going to be effective eventually if they even need it.
Yeah, what a rough day for Envy. I'm sure they were expecting things to turn out differently. Fallen getting a kill first, spotting it out, certainly going to be calling it in. Nifty, the last one left, and he's going to be going down 16-3 as MIBR will not just win, but just, you know, utterly destroy Envy.
They did their best. That's what we can say about them.
Unfortunately, yeah. It's the old Neo insult. It's
they
brutal.
tried.
They tried.
They did try. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't really, let's not hover on Envy, because that was obviously really tough. I like seeing KNG playing well within this team. I like seeing Fur have 1 good map. I like seeing Fallen have 1 good map. I like seeing the ops being dynamic and impactful for MIBR in ways that we haven't seen recently. So this is finally a match that makes you feel like maybe MIBR can put a step forward into improvement.
Yeah, you'd want to see them continue this, you know, at this kind of a level. Definitely, that would be cool to watch in the future. And I like it. I like what you did. We'll talk about the good stuff for MIB, and then we'll leave Envy for Duncan. I think that's a reasonable trade.
He can do it better than I can. And on that note, we'll find out after the break what he's going to do with Envy's performance. Stay tuned for the desk.
More trying to make me jealous on your birthday. You know just how I made you better on your birthday. Do you like this? Do we like this? Do we lay it down for you, touch your poop like this? Matter of fact, never mind, will I let the past be? Maybe he's right now, but your body's still. I don't wanna know, who's taking you home, love you so. The way I used to love you, no, I don't wanna know, who's taking you home, love you so. The way I used to love you, I don't wanna know. Spent 24 hours, I need more hours with you. You spent the weekend getting even. Ooh.
Think of that match. Well, hold on. Before we get into that, just to set it up here. That's it. Envy are out.
Yeah.
Yes. Envy are out of phase 1. MIBR, another chance for them to progress in the bracket. So setting that up now, Envy are now our first team to have been eliminated from the first phase.
Yeah, that's a really embarrassing exit for them. Even though they had a stand-in, right? No one wants to go out the way they went out in this best of 3. They never were in either of these maps. And it's against the team, too, that we've been heavily critical of, right? And it's not like they're going up against the Strawless right now. Like, no, this MIBR team is struggling, and they made them look insane. MIBR looked like, you know, they're back. And I don't think that that's the case, obviously, because this is more Envious not showing up at all. Their opening duels just weren't there. And that's what I was afraid of. As a Pug team, if you don't get those opening duels, you're not going to win the mid-game.
Yeah, we could listen. We definitely will discuss the positives. MIBR, they're going to continue on in this phase, etc. But as Sean said, the problem is Envy made them look really good here. Envy was playing the Washington Generals to the Harlem Globetrotters in the analogy there. Like, one thing that I actually found really underwhelming on this particular map is when you look at some of the names on the Envy side, like, there's no way Calyx should be like 3 to 18 or whatever he was there. This guy's got skills. Like, we've seen him pop off when he was in Space Soldiers. So in terms of the firepower angle, they should have been able to match up better than this.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the firepower thing, right? We saw the head stack at A ramp on first half that just got taken out by Fallen pushing with a Krieg. That's obviously to kill the guy that crosses to have a good shot on him, but you still, Fallen's coming right into your crosshair. How does he get 2 kills out of that? And then the B execute with pistols, missing one of the smokes. There was just so many things coming out of Envious where even though they have a stand-in, they should have put up a bigger fight than this.
I have to agree. And it was such a stark difference this series versus their series earlier on when they made it into OT, made it all the way 3 maps, made it very competitive, even with Legia. So I think you were right, Sean, earlier in the day today to say that Legia standing in for Moose shouldn't have that much huge of an impact just because Moose and Legia both play somewhat similar roles. And it is really surprising to see Envy not being able to get anything going on their T side. Sure, MIBR were very good with their proactive plays, making sure that Envy couldn't set up. But whenever Envy were able to get into any sort of position to pop flash each other, they got the kills, but it only happened like 3 times in that first half.
Yeah, it never seemed like a lurker on Envious had any success. Yeah. It was just bomb site hit after bomb site hit. And you saw on MIBR's half, you know, they had A hits where a third prong was coming through middle, coming up connector and getting frags there. There was none of that for Envious.
Yeah, the disappointing thing is, like you saw in the first half, Mihu's score was pretty good for most of it. He was getting his openings, but beyond that, there was nothing.
There's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do. What we can do now, though, is take a look at the bracket. So we'll bring that up now because we're not done yet. 2 best of 3s here today at Flashpoint. And so as far as this one is concerned, you can see Envy, they were already in the lower bracket, and so they're knocked out of phase 1. MIBR move on, and they will be playing against the loser of Genji versus Chaos.
Oh, that's nice. We gave him 15 points just for showing up.
There you go.
That's the positive, right, Duncan?
You get something out of it, exactly.
Yeah, you get 15 points just for showing up. That's good. So that's,
well, I mean, this is America after all, right? It's the land of performance trophies,
exactly.
isn't that?
Yeah.
Participation trophies.
We don't want to give them 0 points.
Everybody goes home with a trophy. Well, is there any chance that MIBR, you know, could this be the beginning, right? You give them an opportunity to just get a bunch of eco frags, like that round with KNG, just bopping them up in B halls. You're basically giving a team that have been struggling an opportunity to get some confidence, to start feeling good about themselves, and now you're going to be going up against the rest of this group who haven't always looked the strongest.
Yeah, that's the shining thing from this matchup, right? Is MIBR did look pretty good. Aim-wise, they looked really good. KNG and Fallen had a very solid Mirage, and as AWP players had tons of impact in that match. Mayer and Infer also came up huge. Taka, obviously, it sucks. Life of the B-bomb site players. Not going to say anything. Backstage.
You're just not going to get much.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much you can do when you're playing the B-bomb site in a game like that. So I like what I saw at MIBR. Maybe they're comfortable. I know they've lived in Southern California for a long time now, so they're probably in their place in wherever.
Do they still have that house? Because I mean, obviously they've been out in Europe a lot, but yeah, they've got a freaking massive mansion, don't they? So they're probably living in
they might be in their
luxury.
like Orange County place. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it bodes well that these guys are really leaning into that fact. We heard Taco talking about it in his interview. Back then, when these opponents used to play us, they used to fear us. We can sense that fear within that server. Whenever we peeked an angle, maybe they were a little bit more cautious, and they felt that in their opponents. And I think if they're able to maintain this stride, this sort of performance versus whoever they play, then certainly that sort of confidence is going to come back, and things might start to look a little bit easier for MIBR. Their plan might start to connect a little bit, their game plan. All of a sudden, Taco's getting entries over here, Mayan's getting entries on the extremities, so all of a sudden their plan starts to look a little bit more clear.
It's very. I never actually heard Taco say that, but that makes sense, right? When you're on top, people fear you and they play you in a certain way. You can see it when people play like Astralis or even like Navi right now. They show them respect that they don't show other teams, and they're afraid to push and make certain peaks. And when you're on top, you get that respect. Now, if you're somewhere where MIBR is right now and you're trying to get that respect, and you're just going right off the bat, like, we're going to show you no respect, it doesn't work the same way because people aren't respecting you the way that they respect those top teams.
True.
You have to earn that by playing the right way, which is what Astralis has done, right? Which then allows them to play loose and, play with all of that respect they've earned.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a weird, like, conversation even have.
Well, you mentioning that just makes me think of it, seeing all that aggression mid, seeing all the aggression out of MIBR. That's how the confident team plays. That's how the team sitting at the top plays. They're like, oh yeah, we're just going to body you because we're the better team. We're the best in the server and we're not going to lose. And so you start taking fights, you start getting out there, you start flexing a bit more than perhaps you would if you were the underdog in the match.
Yeah.
For sure. This is a point that we talked a lot about over the years, though, especially about teams like Fnatic. Fnatic is the one that comes to mind for me, where it's just like power plays, like, we're the best, and get out of here.
We always praise Astralis for their level of play and how organized they are, but what it has done is it's allowed them to take the gloves off whenever they want and just have a round where they're like, okay, Dupree, you can just go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because the other team expects you to play so strategically that it allows you to have that freedom, and you can catch people off guard. Yeah. Whereas MIBR doing that right now, they don't have that respect, right? Everyone thinks that they're kind of a shit show, for lack of better words, and they're ready for those plays. So you have to almost earn it the way Astralis did and the way MIBR did back in the day as Luminosity before you're able to do that kind of stuff against the top.
I'd even say beyond just saying respect, which definitely is a factor, I'd say credibility as well. It's like when Astralis play, as you say, the textbook way, you just believe that they're going to do that every time. So as a result, it opens the door. Yeah. They keep the defense honest, as it were, to be able to do any round. They can do the scrimmiest push in the world because you are thinking it's going to be the best play. Whereas you're right. With MIBR now, people's expectations are almost non-existent. They play them as if it was just any pog.
So, like, if MIBR were to run Astralis's, say, like, scrimmy gloves off round, they would probably only have, like, say, like a 30% chance of winning that round. But when Astralis runs it, because of the respect they have like a 65% chance to win that round. But that's because of the expectations in their opponent's eyes, if that makes sense.
I mean,
it's very difficult to undertake because
I was just about to go with like eye the beholder. However we want to go with
like
this.
the same problem as if you ask the MIBR guys, what's the issue? No respect. Why did no respect Brazil? I'll be doing more impressions as the show goes on.
I'm sure. I just
hopefully it gets better.
Everyone got scared.
Hopefully it gets better.
There's a lot of buttholes tightened down.
You actually enjoy reading Portuguese in your Twitter feed.
Exactly.
Not that you read your feed at all. But we're going to take a quick break, guys, and when we come back, we'll be next match to come up today.